This is Janaea of Janaea Beads. This is me right here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a recycled Sari silk necklace. So let me show you this little display I got going here. There we go. Pretty adjustable clasp. So what we need is a ruler, some flat nose pliers, bent chain nose pliers, scissors. I have a 9 by 15 millimeter copper lobster claw, some cable chain from Rings and Things, and some recycled Sari silk in a peachy coral color. So first thing we want to do is look for a good spot to make our necklace. So when you look at the length here, you'll see that there is a knot. So we don't want to use that piece there. And where the Sari silk comes together, you'll see where it has a nice sewn part. And you want to take your silk and just kind of gently tug on it and make sure it's going to be sturdy for your jewelry. So if you come across a piece like this guy, say we'll just tug, you see how that just ripped? So this is what you're trying to avoid. So you just want to make sure you have a nice sturdy piece to use for your necklace. And I just so happen to have a nice continuous length here. This guy, and he doesn't have any knots or any sewn seams or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and use him, and I've already kind of tugged on this guy to make sure it's sturdy. So next you can come in here and you can cut off all of these little hairs right here if you want, or you can do this when you're done. So I'm just going to cut that off so you can just trim the fuzzies. But what we'll do is, see, I've got a little end here, so I'm just going to cut this off. You can see where that seam was. So I have a nice flat end. Then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do 7 links of chain. And then I'm going to use this last one for my lobster claw. So you just take your pliers, and I'm just going to grab this guy, and you just open side to side. So now I'm going to take one of the ends here and these links of chain, and I'm just going to slide this through. And then I'm going to measure about 2 inches, and that's what I'm going to use to tie the end here. And then I'm just going to fold this over there, and then I'm going to take this and wrap around my finger, and then I'm going to put this end through, and then you can tighten this by pulling on the short piece and then pulling this knot down towards the end here. And then to tighten some more, you can pull the long end, and that knot, you just want to get this nice and tight. There. Perfect. Then you can come over here and you can just trim this. So this is probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. You just want to cut it down so you don't have a long piece. And then what I do is, if I want to make a 16, actually an 18 to 20 inch adjustable, I'm just going to measure at the end here down 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I've got this. One thing I forgot to show you is I have these awesome little alligator clips. And you used to be able to get these at Radio Shack back in the day. So this is just a place marker for me, so I remember where to do that if I have a long piece. Set that aside. Now I'm going to take my open ring and the lobster claw and just put that on there. Then you can take your pliers again, and you're just going to close this. You're going to grab this guy here, and you're just going to close him like that, so you don't have a gap there. And we just slide this guy down here until we get to my clip. That marks my spot for me. Then I can remove that, and then I'm just going to measure another 2 inches, and that just gives me enough length so that I make sure that I can knot this. So I'm just wrapping over my finger again, and then I'm taking this cord and I'm just tucking it through that hole. And tightening this knot. You can just kind of pull on either cord to get that nice and snug there, and back and forth. And then what you can do is, if you look here, you can see that this is the closed end, and that open end is where the knot is, so that's covered up. So you don't have to worry about that coming open after it's sealed. And then you can just come here and trim this tail. Ta-da! So there is your adjustable necklace. Super easy to make, super pretty, goes with everything. It's recycled, which makes it amazing. And then if you want, on this end here, you can add a dangle. So if you want to do like a glass head pin, or we could just take a quick head pin and crystal and add that to the end. Let me grab one. So this is just a 2-inch copper ball head pin and a 4mm Pod Parasha Swarovski crystal. So just slide that down, and then you can take a round nose pliers. As you can see, I was not prepared for this part when I started the video. So that guy doesn't go down all the way. Let me grab another one. There we go. So you're just going to hold here, so we'll give you a little wire wrap lesson as well. You just want to hold that tight, and you're going to take your round nose pliers, you're going to grab a little tiny space above your bead here. You're going to go 45 degrees right, so just a little slight bend there. You're going to push over the top towards yourself until your wires touch. Then you can adjust your pliers so they're flat. See, I just did this little swivel guy. And then you push around the back to complete the loop. So there you've got your loop. And then you can just add this onto the end here. And you just pull until it clicks into place. Hear that little pop? Then you just grab across the loop you made here. Not through it, you want to grab across because it gives you a better stability, good place to grip, and you just wrap this around about 2 or 3 times until you touch the top of the bead. Nice tight wrap there. And you need a cutters for that too. And when you're done, I'm not sure why this isn't focusing for me. There we go. You can tuck this end in with the pliers. So you just kind of gently squeeze that there so you don't have a little barb sticking out. So there's a little dangle on there for you. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on making an awesome recycled Sari silk cord. Thanks for stopping in.